He's a great dude.
He tweeted out one of your quotes from earlier in the show recently. It's the one that we collabed with Haley on our Instagram feed. Quote, John Kincade, I don't know what the Sixers' plan is, but I've said that for 2 years. The Sixers are stuck on that they are going to try to convince you that this can still be fixed. Spoiler alert, it cannot. The Phillies have plenty of time to fix things, But they wasted an offseason where they had an opportunity to fix things. The problem is the Phillies tell you one thing and do another, whereas the Sixers, they just tell you very proudly what they think they're doing, and it's a stupid plan on God's green earth, end quote. The photo that Brendan Gunn used was of Brandon Marsh and Alec Bohm in Sixers jerseys because they rang the bell. That's just great work by Brendan Gunn. See, there might be a person seeing that tweet and just not realizing. Brendan, I realize the genius.
That is really well done, B. Gunn. He's learned a lot from Haley.
Oh,
Haley's really taken him under wing.
Absolutely.
So he's learning a lot.
And he needed that.
He's open-minded. It's like he's got a big sister now, even though she's younger. That takes him under wing and teaches him these things.
Damn right. Thank you, Haley, for making that happen. All right, so there was an interesting report over the weekend.
Not great.
About one Kyle Schwarber. Now, Kyle Schwarber, as we know, will be entering free agency if they do not extend his contract. And he has been off to a torrid start. Not horrid, like Brandon Marsh. Torrid.
No, it's been its best April ever. Oh, contract year.
Well,
these things really do work well, though.
Yeah, but...
No, contract year. You always hear about June 1st.
Yeah.
That's when you'll see Schwarber show up.
He could have had a bad April and still hit 45 bombs.
No, he could. But he's after a great April, which he never does.
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily... Baseball's baseball.
Oh, yeah, contract years are nothing, right?
That's not...
Yeah,
no.
baseball's baseball.
Okay.
If he's seeing the ball...
Thanks for explaining it to me, guys.
He didn't get...
I'm going to explain to you contract years, and it's a thing, and you can talk to executives in baseball, and they'll tell you it's a thing.
But it doesn't just make guys hit bombs.
He didn't get LASIX because he's on a contract year.
But there are some players who have a attitude of, I want to be rounding into shape. It's a long season. I want to round into shape and everything like that. And in a contract year, they may have a little more urgency.
I believe it more in like basketball with a guy like Paul George who's hurt all the time and then all of a sudden miraculously last year was not hurt.
It is amazing.
But Ken Rosenthal put out this tweet on Friday. The Phillies offered Kyle Schwarber an extension during the offseason, but after an initial proposal, talks failed to advance. So that means whatever the proposal was,
I was told
from the Phillies was not good.
I was told, quote, that it was dismissed is the term I was used. I said, and I asked this person who I thought would potentially be in the know, what did you hear about this? That the offer that was made was dismissed. Not angry. It says, no angry, no vitriol, no bad feelings, but completely dismissed.
Right.
So whatever number the Phillies were thinking about or term, Kyle Schwarber's like, yeah, I'm good. Not doing that. And then what happens? Big contract goes in Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
How much do you think the Schwarber contract went up? That deal signed.
The only thing is one guy plays first base.
I got you.
The other guy's a DH.
No,
and Vlad Jr. is, 24?
No, I got you. But how much do you think it went up? It went up. He's going to be
26, sorry.
He is going to be 26, eh?
Vlad Jr., yeah.
God, I thought he was younger than that.
Schwarber's 32.
It is going to be Schwarber's money per year went up.
Yeah.
Whatever they're offering. Maybe not the number of years.
Imagine 3-4 years.
I would say he probably wants 4.
He's not getting like the 8 to 10
No.
contract.
But I imagine he probably wants 4 since he doesn't have a position.
Yeah.
He probably wants 4. And I guarantee you the money just went up.
Yeah, this is his last big deal.
Yes,
so
this will be it.
I would not be shocked if he wants to get to free agency, do the kind of Aaron Nola thing, right? See what the market is, and then maybe he comes back. So this is not he's gone. But
right, but you don't want to hear that when he's been one of your more important parts of the lineup. I know the batting averages in a couple of years were low, but his power numbers have been totally worth it.
But it made me feel good to hear no vitriol, no anger,
of course,
no hurt feelings, but just completely dismissed. That is not going to get it done.
Yeah.
Back to the drawing board. Let's try again.
And then maybe he says, I want to focus on playing. And then to
He may
Connor's
say
point,
that.
You know,
He
let
could say
me
that.
get to free agency. Maybe there's a team that completely wows me.
Yeah, I don't think Kyle Schwarber's ever been mad at somebody in his life besides Angel Hernandez.
And baseball.
Well, and for good reason.
Yeah.
Angel Hernandez.
Yeah. So he's gonna handle this like a professional. He's going to play well this year because he's a great baseball player. And then the hope is just that if he gets to free agency, the Phils can match it.
I don't think, though, he's going to take – I think that the contract negotiation, since a contract was offered in the offseason, I'm going to guess – this isn't a guess, this is not reporting – that it was his camp that said, if you guys want to talk about an extension, give it to us before the season.
Yeah, probably.
They did. He laughed it off. That could be a problem.
Could be. And we'll see how it goes. Now, I would like to think maybe he'd like to stay here because he's bounced around a little bit. Cubbies, Sox, Nationals.
Sure.
You know, maybe he likes his home here in Philadelphia. He's loved here.
He's beloved.
Other than should he bat leadoff conversations, name me the bad Kyle Schwarber, day.
Anytime he plays the field.
Okay, fair. But you would not be extending him to play left field or first base or catcher, as a former catcher that he is. No, you're extending him to play DH. But it'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting to watch.
to see how this plays out.
I am going to work under the assumption, though, his camp said, you make us an offer. I used to see this going down to spring training.
Yeah.
I used to see this every spring training where they'd be like, okay, this guy's going into a contract year, and you'd see, is there going to be an offer before spring training? Their camp usually dictated, if you want to make an offer, make it now.
Right.
Because we don't want to talk during the year.
Yeah, I just want to focus on playing. All right, coming up next, we'll check our text messages, but also we went through an article earlier this morning in the 8 o'clock hour about the position breakdown of the players drafted in the first round over the last 10 years. It was a quarterback-related article, Johnny. So they broke down which players have been hits and which players have not been hits. I'm curious to see how many of the players they consider hits at the quarterback position you agree with. Hey guys, Andrew Salciunas from Kincade and Salciunas. Thank you for checking out all of our stuff on YouTube. Make sure you click, like, subscribe on everything that you see. And of course, you can see everything from our YouTube feed. Full shows, interviews, when John's being an idiot, which is 15 times a day. So make sure you check out all of our stuff on YouTube. We appreciate it.